The other big story, March Madness. Both Penn and Villanova are going to the big dance. Penn, the Ivy League champs, will be facing #1 seed Kansas on Thursday at 2 o'clock, while Villanova, a 1 seed, will be facing the winner of a play-in game between LIU Brooklyn and Radford and Pittsburgh. That game will be Thursday at 6:50. And joining us now from the campus of Villanova University, the winningest coach in school history, Jay Wright. And thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on an amazing season, your #1 seed in the tournament. Does this excitement ever get old?
No, it doesn't, Leslie. This time of year is so exciting, and you always have new guys. You know, we've got 4 freshmen that are experiencing this for the first time. You can see the excitement in their eyes, and this team's kind of unique. It's a young team. I can sense their excitement, maybe different than some of our teams previously that were a little bit older.
Well, that game yesterday, you win that tough game against Providence. How much does that benefit you going forward when you play a game like that at this time of the year?
Yeah, it definitely does. You don't wish for that game before it starts, but after it's over, you know you got a lot of value out of that. Even if you lose a game like that, you know, if you get into an overtime game and you're playing well enough that deep into the season, that deep into a game in a big atmosphere, that's what NCAA tournament games are like. So to have that so close to the NCAA tournament, I think is going to really help us.
Yeah, you needed your team leaders to step up, which is exactly what they did. Jalen Brunson is just involved into the heart and soul of this team. Can you talk about how that process went with him?
You know what? Honestly, he has been the easiest guy we've ever had to coach here, and we've had a lot of great guys. But he came in as a mature leader as a freshman. You know, he's going to graduate from Villanova in 3 years.
I know.
Great student. We joke about the fact that he's the most mature person in the program, including me. But it's true. You know, he comes prepared every day, and the other guys really feed off of him.
All right. Well, how hard is it to prepare when you don't know who you're going to play between LIU, Brooklyn, and Radford? How do you do it?
Well, it's not hard on me, but our assistants, those guys, I looked at them when it came up on the screen. I knew they were thinking, oh man, now we got 2 teams we got to look at. And so what we'll do is we'll prepare for both of them for 2 days, and then when we know who the winner is, we'll prepare for one. But they only get 1 day to prepare also, so it works out.
Now, for a young team, you know, you have this freshmen who haven't been to the tournament before. How do you get them ready for the intensity of the March Madness that starts almost immediately?
You know, we do talk to them, and going into the Big East tournament, we talk to them about, you know, this time of year, there's just a lot more media focus, a lot more attention, and a lot more that turns into distractions, right? And you have to deal with it. It's part of the job, but you have to be able to focus on 94 by 50 feet when it's basketball time. So we got a little taste of it in New York, but there's still nothing to compare to playing in a game in the NCAA tournament. It's such a unique feeling. So we got to get that first game, get our freshmen in, hopefully play well enough that we could advance, but we got to get those freshmen just a taste of it in the first round.
Well, you've just been so good. I mean, obviously you're #1 seed. How can you get better? What can you do to make this team even better?
Well, you know, Leslie, this team has been probably our best offensive team, but defensively we have not been up to our standards, you know, and we've been getting better here at the end of the year, and the guys they're starting to get it. You know, we had some injuries, we missed some practice time for some guys, some games, so we feel like we're getting better, especially defensively and on the glass. And in that Providence game, you know, we held them to 37% shooting, we out-rebounded them. That was a big step for us against a very well-coached, physical Providence team, so that's the area we can improve the most.
All right, Jay, thank you so much. Good luck in the tournament. I'll see you in Pittsburgh.
Thanks, kiddo. Good talking to you.
Coming up next in the G Got the ticket punched after a wild game against Harvard in the Ivy League championship at the Palestra. And in the first, Penn down by 1. Darnell Foreman hits the 3 just before the buzzer, and the Quakers come from 13 points down to lead by 2 at the intermission. Second half game tied. Caleb Wood coming up clutch right there, knocks down the triple from the top of the key. The Quakers regain the lead. The bench is hyped. Later, Ryan Bentley drives and somehow makes this crazy shot, and he's fouled. The lead now up to 6. We have under 10 seconds left. Penn up by 3. Harvard 2 chances to tie it, and they come up short. So the drought is over. Penn will head to the big dance for the 24th time. 68-65 the final. They'll take on #1 Kansas Thursday afternoon in Wichita. Joining us now, fresh off an Ivy League championship and a berth in the NCAA Tournament, Penn head coach Steve Donahue. Let's just talk about this game today. That was just such an amazing, crazy win.
It really was. I mean, the 2 best teams in our league. We beat each other once on the home court. Now we're going to play the rubber match. And the ups and downs, we had a 24-0 run, and,
I know.
And it all comes down to the last minute, and the Palestro's rocking. It was kind of magical, and we're fortunate to obviously come on the right end.
You've been rolling it, but to have a game like this before playing in a tournament like this is a good thing to have.
Well, that's a view, Leslie. You get as a fan. You know, listen, this kid's dream is to play in the NCAA tournament, and you know, in our league, you play the 14, and then you get this weekend where the intensity, and you gotta do your best, and then just the anxiety of what's going to happen and the excitement when it does in that moment is something they'll never forget.
Talk to me about Darnell Foreman and what he means to this team as kind of the heart and soul.
He is, and I think he is kind of a symbol of what we're about. He wasn't really recruited out of high school. Penn took him. I don't think we ever thought, even when I came, that he would be our leader to lead us to a championship. And he had a whole other thing in mind. Gritty, tough, no one's worked harder. And he's been on a stress fracture for the last 6 weeks, hasn't practiced. And he absolutely played the game of his life today.
Yeah, he sure did. It's unbelievable. You know, I've heard that he's like the first guy up, like always in the gym at like 7 a.m. alone by himself practicing. He
does. He has a routine that's, you know, I don't think I've ever been around anybody that's worked harder. And he deserves it. With all that, he's got some confidence, and I think we feed off of that confidence. I think that you saw that today.
Absolutely. All right, there's a group of players that have never been to the tournament before.
Yeah.
You have. How do you prepare them for like the craziness that is March Madness? Because you're in the spotlight now, like no other time.
No doubt. And I think what I learned over the years, it's probably easier not to talk about it. Just have fun. I used to get all, here's our schedule, and real serious, and then we go out and we play tight. I want us to play loose. This group is kind of silly. They enjoy each other's company. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. And I trust that when it comes game time, they've took in everything that we asked them to do, and they'll be relaxed and focused, and that's all you can ask for.
Absolutely. And just talk about the amazing journey. This is your 3rd year as head coach at Penn, and you've taken them to this level. I mean, how did you do this?
Well, and I think there's a credit to be done before I got here, honestly. Previous coach was Jerome Allen, a great player, Penn, someone I coached. 3 of our starters are Jerome's recruits, including a couple reserves. So the making was in order before I got here, in all honesty. It's a great place. They support basketball. There's a rich tradition. We got the Palestra, we got the Big 5, we got the Wharton School of Business, we have graduates like you. But honestly, there was a lot of good going on. I think I was able to come and tie the bow and put it away and help them finish it off.
I think you're being very modest. But all right, let's talk about the matchup with Kansas.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but how do you get them focused, like to overlook that, okay, we're playing Kansas in Wichita? How do you get them to look past that?
Well, you know, we played some athletic teams like Villanova and even Harvard, to be honest with you. Kansas, when we were with Cornell, we played them at Fog Allen and played them to a 1-possession game, and they had a lot more size. They've lost 7 games this year, even for a 1 seed. That's a lot. Yeah. They play more perimeter-oriented than the typical Kansas team. We guard the 3. I think we have a fighter's chance They're going to have to play really well, and they're going to have to not play so well. But I'm really looking forward to it for sure.
You've had such an impressive season. What, if anything, do you think you need to improve on?
Well, I think there's a lot of things that this team's still growing. We do have some veterans, but we have some young guys.
It's a good
The
mix.
offense has gotten better substantially over the last 6 weeks. Defense has been our staple. Offense has gotten better and better and better, and I think we got a chance to play really well in the tournament as well.
All right, well, I'm so happy for you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being here, and good luck in the tournament.
Thanks, Leslie.
Well, coming up.
In the Ivy League today. Penn on pins and needles in the final seconds at the Palestra. Up 3, no time left. Harvard, they can tie it. They missed twice. And what a finish. They storm the court at the Palestra. What a scene for the Quakers. Penn punches their ticket to the NCAA Tournament by beating Harvard. This is the scene at Penn as they hear their name called tonight. Penn, a 16 seed they will get. How about this? Number 1 seed Kansas Thursday in Wichita at 2 p.m. Tough opening round game. A 16 seed has never upset a 1 seed in tournament history.
Kansas is a great team, obviously. You know what I mean? Great program, has a ton of history. We're not worried about that. We're just going to go out there and try to play as hard as we can play. You know what I mean? Obviously trying to win the game. And, I mean, we're just ready to go. You know what I mean? We're going to enjoy this moment. It's nothing like being in a big dance. And anything can happen there. Anything.
Obviously a huge task, but what a great way to go play that kind of program in Wichita and travel out and do everything you can to represent the school well and let the kids try to keep dreaming and work hard and do our best.
What a job.
A kind of a subdued scene at Villanova today as the Wildcats discovered they are the top seed in the East region and will play the winner of the LIU, Brooklyn, and Radford game. They will be Thursday in Pittsburgh. Nova will play. We asked if it makes it more difficult not knowing who your opponent is.
I mean, especially for the coaches, it's going to be hard because they're up watching all that film. But, you know, they've been through it. We've been through it. So we know what we have to do. Just, you know, it's just dial in. Everybody has to do it. It's not just us. So we're just going to be able to dial and get ready.
Our assistants do a great job. They'll figure it out. So in the first couple days of practice, you got to prepare for both. And then you get 1 day to prepare for the team you play. But the team you play only gets 1 day also. So it works out.
Yeah, all love in West Philly. Penn got in by beating Harvard in the Ivy League Championship. They'll face Kansas in Wichita Thursday in a 16 versus 1 Midwest region matchup. We asked if they felt disrespected by getting a 16 seed.
You know, it's a little disrespectful, but, you know, we've been proving people wrong all year. So I feel like we have the better advantage, you know, so we're going to go out there and prove it.
We didn't play a great out-of-conference schedule in terms of what they look for. I knew that. I think next year's schedule is much better. Our last year at Cornell, we were able to play a really challenging schedule, and they rewarded us with a 12. And as I said, I don't know enough. Probably got what we deserved, and that's fine.
Switching gears. Cats are once again a number 1 seed, this time in the East region. A little subdued reaction on the main line yesterday. They'll play their first game 6:50 Thursday in Pittsburgh. They'll play the winner of LIU, Brooklyn, and Radford. And with more on Nova, here's John Clark on the main line.
And how special is this going to be when you had the national championship win 2 years ago, and then last year you exited earlier than you had hoped?
Yeah, we've been on both sides. We know how it goes. I remember my first year we lost NC State, second round, came back and won it, then last year. So I've been on both sides of everything.
It's so fragile, you know, and it's so special. You know, we've been doing it for some years, but there's freshmen on this team. This is their first time ever, and you got to appreciate that, and you got to value that.
That Big East title means a lot to these Cats. They say being in that fight till the end to win that title shows they are battle-tested heading into the NCAA tournament.
To be able to go through that, you know, right before the tournament, it's definitely going to give us a little confidence to see that what we can do under, you know, under great circumstances against a great physical, tough team. It's a great feeling to know that we have guys that are willing to battle every time we're on the floor. So, I mean, we're going to be ready, and we're battle-tested, but we're going to keep getting better. We live for games like that. that's what we practice for games like that. We're just gritty, going down to the end, and we strive for that, and we love that, and it helps. It's just not just helped us for the tournament, just helped us just as confidence in ourselves, and that we played our way.
I'm John Clark, NBC Sports Philadelphia.
In Wichita, Kansas, Penn looking to make history, become the first 16 seed to take down a #1 when they face Kansas this afternoon. Some felt Steve Donahue's Ivy League champion Quakers warranted a higher seed of the tournament given their overall resume. Donahue coached the Cornell squad to the Sweet 16 in 2010, ain't concerned one bit about playing the underdog role.
I've been in this environment in the NCAA tournament. I do sense that there's 7 other schools here, and 6 of them are probably rooting for us. That's just the way it is when you're the underdog. And I think our guys will actually enjoy that challenge. And I want this badly, in particular for our seniors. This is something they can dream about and live this memory forever.
You can say 1 versus 16, but our players know after watching tape, definitely not 16. So they have our attention. But once you get in the tournament, you should have to play well to advance. I mean, that's the reality of it, and I believe that we're prepared to do that.
Who's prepared for the NIT? State College, Temple taking on the Nittany Lions. Rough night for Penn State star Tony Carr. Roman Catholic alum came into the game averaging 20 a game, but couldn't hit an elephant in the butt with an ironing board. Missed his first 10 shots, finished with just 2 points. But it's the Temple offense that was silenced when it mattered most. Penn State finished his game on a 15-3 run over the final 4 minutes. Temple's season is over. They fall to Penn State 63-57. For Jake Arrieta, resilience in the champion.
You are connected to Sportsnet Central, presented by Sloan Toyota.
Just 5 more wins to get another national championship. Villanova is moving on to the second round of the NCAA Tournament, knocking off Radford 87-61. Nova had 6 guys in double figures, led by Jalen Brunson, 16 points. The Cats shot 52% from behind the arc while holding the Highlanders to 34% shooting overall. Meanwhile, the 16 seed Penn, they fall short of upending top-seeded Kansas 76-60. Penn raced out to an early 10-point lead, but Kansas responded and led 33-26 at the break and never looked back. Devontae Graham poured in 29 for the Jayhawks, while A.J. Broder and Caleb Wood led Penn with 14 points. Yeah, it's about 2 things: survive and advance.
We have a lot of respect for them, and that's why I feel good about our guys. They scrapped, and they not afraid of an ugly game, and we just did it for 40 minutes, survived, and we get to advance.
I think our guys did a good job of showing each other that, no matter who we're playing, no matter what the situation is, no matter what the probability of us winning is, we're just going to go out there and play hard for each other, and that's all we can worry about. And that's what we did out there.
This team's leadership is Jalen and Mikal. And I've heard Jalen say it. I know the bitter and the sweet of this tournament. I know winning a national championship, and I know getting knocked out in the second round. So I know anything can happen. That's where this team's mindset is. So I stick with the mindset of the group we have.
It'll be Villanova and Alabama Saturday. The 9th-seeded Crimson Tide defeated number 8 Virginia Tech 86-83. This was Alabama's 20th win this season. They were 8-10 in the SEC. As for the Penn Quakers, it started to feel like Cinderella could be from West Philly this year. Penn had an early 21-11 lead over Kansas in their first NCAA Tournament game since 2004, but the Quakers fall 76-60 as the Jayhawks were simply able to wear the guys down.
I thought it was a great college basketball game, in particular for about 35 minutes, and they finished this off. I think fatigue happened, but as I said, I couldn't be more proud of our guys.
Their fans really did a good job of getting them back in it. You know what I mean? Their support was never wavering. But for us, we just tried to find. We just had to find a way to stay poised throughout it all, knowing that they're a good team and good teams go on runs, and like we went on runs, they were able to do the same thing.
More fly. Go to Villanova.
And there he is, Jalen Brunson. Player of the Year candidate. Carlik Jones, first double-double of his career, came in the last game in the first 4. Cats hot from 3, Seth. No surprise.
Yeah, no surprise. That's what they do well, and all of them do well, and that's why I like Villanova to win the national championship. Yes, they can get a little bit three happy, but they're not so dependent on just 1 or 2 guys from getting hot from behind the arc. They defend. They are intelligent. They're experienced. Great basketball IQ. I think they're going to win the whole thing.
To your point, getting it from everyone, Brendan, 6 in double figures, and the most for Brunson was 15, so everybody contributes.
Listen, this team is as balanced as they come. They have length, they have shooting, they have talent, they have toughness, and they put it all on display tonight, and they were absolutely on fire from the opening tap.
Candace, you played first with Pat in a culture where you expected to win. How much are you seeing that with Jay Wright now last few years here with Nova?
Well, the confidence that they exude in every game that they play. This game, and they did.
Villanova, 87-61. Brunson with 16.
To go up.
I know you love this play. Go ahead, call it.
Well, I love that there was no timeout call. Dante Grantham nails the three-point shot, the best shot of the day, the best moment of the day, and his coach completely trusted him to make the right decision.
Dante Ingram, the big 3. It is good. And look, we saw a lot of big shots. Not much to do here, Coach, right? Just one heave.
Yeah, 0.3 on the clock. You've got to catch it in the air, put it in. They tried to take the charge. Well-schooled, well-coached. Didn't bite on that one.
11-game winning streak now for Loyola, longest since their last NCAA Tournament appearance, which was back in 1984. Gene was what, 65, 63? Even then.
He was just getting started.
65 years old.
He's a spring chicken.
Or young. Got more energy than any of us on set after all these hours, for sure. If you don't believe us, Roz Golden-Rude caught up with the star of the show.
Sister Jean, in this game, I already told the story that you give detailed feedback in emails to coach and the players. After this win, what is your feedback to the team?
Oh, thank God. Thank God you did it, because we knew we would do it. And when we were in the locker room ahead of the game, we just knew that we would do this. Our team is so great, and they don't care who makes the points as long as we win the game. And I said we want to win get the big W up there, and we did.
I was just speaking to you about that 1963 championship team. You told me you remember that team.
Sure.
What makes this team special? Do you see any similarities?
Oh, I do, because they share the ball. They don't care. They just share the ball. They have great teamwork, and they're really good guys. And so is the team of 63.
I can tell you, I spoke with the players. They appreciate that pregame prayer.
I know.
What did you say to them before the game?
We asked God to help us, and I told God that we would do our part if He would do His part. And I hope the referees would call the right kind of a game, that nobody would get injured, that we play with confidence and we know we'd win the game. And then at the end, when the buzzer rang, we wanted to be sure the score said we had the big W.
You haven't quit yet. You guys put up the 4. You believe. You shared the ball like always. 19 assists. 19 assists. Just so proud of your resiliency and everything and toughness with all that. Great, great job. Like what we always say. Dante, go ahead and say it. Say it. We ain't going. We ain't going. We ain't going. Baby.
Congratulations. What about that 16 pick?
Seth's lock.
Steve Donahue's Quakers. 29 consecutive tournaments for Kansas. Ryan Bentley early to 3. Penn was up by 8. And then Seth and Devontae Graham show began.
Well, that's what he's done all season long. He went about 7 or 8 games during the Big 12 season without leaving the game. 40 minutes per game is what he's been doing all year. He's tireless, he's fearless, and he put this team on his shoulders today and took down the mighty Penn Quakers.
Candace, 19 in the first half for Graham. Big for
Graham
Kansas.
controlled the entire game. He got them to where they were to go in with the lead they had at halftime, finished the quarter, made smart decisions down the stretch.
They had momentum. Penn, though, fought back in it. It looked like Seth at one point They'd cut things close, they did, but then just too much. Mikhailuk, nice dish there. Kansas eventually goes on to finish things off. 76-60 the final. Finishing touches from Lightfoot here from Devontae Graham. Another big game from Kansas. Graham, by the way, 29 points. His most since the 2nd of December when he had 35 against Syracuse. Kansas moves on.
Presented by Sloan Toyota.
Nah, no number 1 seed disappointment here. Mikal Bridges went bananas in the second half, scoring 22 of his 23 points to help lead Villanova to an 81-59 victory over Alabama. Nova headed to Boston for the Sweet 16. Hey, good. The blue and white making their 6th trip to the Sweet 16 in the Jay Wright era. Nova players were buzzing about the upset Friday night of number 1 Virginia, and Jay Wright's Wildcats did their best to make sure another 1 seed did not fall Friday, beating Alabama, as I mentioned, 81-58. Mikal Bridges hit 5 threes, 23 in all. Nova Nation back in the round of 16 for the first time since they won the national title in 2016.
And how about the team that started it all? Here you go. Get your red pen ready. Here comes Loyola Chicago taking on Tennessee. We flash back to Thursday night, the round of 64. Dante Ingram hits the jumper in the closing seconds to knock off the Canes. And they were going bananas in the Windy City, so back to Saturday. Last chance for the Ramblers. 10 seconds to go. Clayton Custer. Look at that. The Iowa State transfer, the Missouri Valley Player of the Year, the game winner with 3 seconds to go, Jordan Bone back iron. Loyola Chicago does it again. Fans celebrating in Dallas and Chicago. Custer falling away. Here's what he had to say about that shot.
The basketball gods helped that one go in, and I'm just super blessed to be in this situation right now.
30 wins on the season for Loyola. That's a single season school record. I'm going around the world. I gotta find my girl. Ramble on. Loyola of Chicago. Here's their coach, Porter Moser. 63-62. They get the winner of the Nevada.
They see UMBC. Speaking of, those dudes still the talk of the tournament.
I got to see you guys play for the first time last night. Do you play like that all the time?
Yeah. I never heard of UMBC before I came here. Now everybody knows, I hope. We are the Chesapeake Bay Retrievers.
How did it happen? Well, Buffalo came out with an intensity and a chip on their shoulder. The chip on the shoulder we all anticipated was going to be on Arizona because of everything that's transpired in the last couple of weeks leading into this with DeAndre Ayton, with Sean Miller. Then you go to this one and it's like, oh, clear-cut Virginia, number 1 seed. Right. The number 1 seed overall, most consistent, 20 wins in the ACC. But yet, who was the team that played with better energy, better purpose, and brought the fight? And it was UMBC. Now look at what we have here. Kentucky was able to take care of business against Buffalo today. Their energy level wasn't as good as Kentucky. Their execution was much better. And then this, people are immediately going to say, okay, look, that was a great story. Kansas State's going to take care of business again. But if Dean Wade doesn't play for Kansas State, and it's questionable whether or not he is 6'10", all Big 12 player, if he doesn't play, they can get to the middle and they can attack again, and it's going to be a fight. This thing is just crazy.
And that's
And number 1, what else could it possibly be? Michigan, Houston, 3.5 seconds to go. Jordan Poole. He had made a 3-point field goal in the second half. He makes that as time expires, and John Beilein doesn't even need to wear khakis. He's moving on to the Sweet 16.
Hey, don't forget
Kansas State winning by 3 earlier. Sister Jean,
the
Fighting
Loyola,
Sister Jean,
Chicago. Who is that? we should do like a piece on her.
Cody Martin and the Wolfpack of Nevada out to a 20-8 lead, but then Candace, the Ramblers go 20-4 on them.
Well, the Ramblers never gave in. They stayed right with it, had a little rough start, but Clayton Custer got him back into it.
And Marcus Towns did as well as he beats the shot clock buzzer. Second half, Ramblers hit their first 13 shots. And they opened up a double-digit lead. But that was in jeopardy against Nevada.
That's the downside to playing at a slow pace. You can dominate on the scoreboard and have long stretches, but not get a ton of separation on the scoreboard. And once Nevada has a big deficit, we all know that's when they start really playing.
Yeah, Caleb Martin and then his twin brother Cody, part of a 12-2 run. Andre Jackson, 4-3. Huge, Coach.
That was a huge play out of the under 4-minute timeout. Beautiful design by Porter Moser to get the three-point shot by his 5-man, Andre Jackson.
Caleb Martin answered with that 3, and then Marcus Towns.
From way downtown, it was good. Helping off the strong side corner, never a good thing. Marcus Towns took his time, sidestepped the defender, and hit down probably the biggest shot in his career.
69-68. Of course it's a 69-68 game. These guys have won 3 games by a total of 4 points, have the Ramblers, in their first Elite 8 since 1963. 69-68 the final. Here's what they were saying after the game.
Marcus, what will you remember about that hitting that big shot?
I'll probably remember it for the rest of my life. I mean, it doesn't really get any better than that. That's something you dream about. You're in the Sweet 16, you hit a big shot like that. It's just amazing.
One of them said to me, Clayton said, "We broke your bracket, Sister Jean." I said, "I don't care that you broke my bracket. I'm ready for the next one."
You know, in life, it's about how hard you know, whatever you're doing. And how much enthusiasm you have for it and your effort level and you know, and this team played really, really hard all year, and that's what I'm the most proud of.
When you have that winning gene, and I love that with these guys, they just keep believing, they keep buying in. And so it's just grown, and we haven't thought about the total victory margin. We've just talked about put it in the bank, next one, we're hungry, we're greedy, we want more.
I tell you what, absolutely awesome job, boys. Push it, not allow West Virginia to apply pressure.
Yeah, they just want to keep the spacing on the floor. Don't allow a jump on the double team. They'll probably not set many high screens. Well, look at this little fall down.
Bolden down, Brunson, step back 3, bullseye.
Just take advantage of it. He's so smart. I don't know if Bolden got his feet caught with Brunson just then, but he hit the floor, and what does Brunson do? It doesn't take him long to give them a 10-point lead.
He's got 23 points. West Virginia needs a bucket. Allen backing in, doesn't get the roll, but a foul called.
So good under 10 seconds on the shot clock. They can allow it to go down. They're not afraid to make the extra passes. A lot of teams don't and can't do that well.
The drive, Booth, circles, kicks, Spellman, yes!
Boy, is he having a night. 4 of 7 from the three-point stripe, and the execution just perfect. 16 assists for Villanova.
Allen to the cup, rebound, knocked to the outside, and Brunson.
And he'll pull that out. Oh,
he was held by Miles, and that's it. Daxter Miles with his 5th personal foul. And out with 16 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals. Spellman the corner pop. Nova has matched its largest lead with 2:12 left to go in Boston.
Winner of Villanova and West Virginia. 32-4 are the Wildcats of Villanova as they take on West Virginia, and things getting testy before they even tipped it off.
You don't want to run into Konate out there, man. Konate's real physical. He was physical in the layup line. He was physical during the game, too. And hands jammed.
That West Virginia pressure, coach, paying off.
It was tremendous, relentless for 40 minutes. Villanova just figured out how to handle it a little better in the second half.
You can do that when you got guys like Jalen Brunson, so steady, running the show and knocks down the three.
But that rebound, too.
Want another one? He's got it for you. Villanova 44-42 at the half. This guy has got some touch and he's got power, Konate.
They take a chance.
And after, look at the block.
Look at the best block of the season. Oh, two hands.
I saw him cup one of those during the season. Literally catch it.
Javon Carter.
Back to Carter.
It's a 6-point lead for the Mountaineers. Might they knock off the #1 seed in the East? And now an 11-0 run by Villanova answered that question.
They put the ball in the hands of Jalen Brunson, and he made plays in the second half that took Villanova home.
Is he steady to ship or what?
Omari Spellman has got the spike on that end. He's going to run the floor, and he's going to give you this.
Hybrid big for the dunk.
Good things happen when you hustle.
Brunson to Eric Paschal.
Konate didn't get that block. He
I think that's an underrated. That's an underrated play. Just coming up with that loose ball.
Spellman connects for three. And the Wildcats of Villanova are 33-4. They win it 90-78 over a West Virginia team that came in averaging 90 points a game in the tournament. But it's Villanova that scores 90 and wins by 12. Brunson with his 27. Spellman 18. 10-1 in the tournament since 2016, the year they won it all. And they advanced to the Elite Eight. And so let's get more on this one from Allie LaForce.
All the credit to West Virginia, man. I told Hugs, that's the toughest game we ever played in, man. They are really tough, physically, smart. They scrap. That was the ultimate survive in advance. I hope we survived. I hope we can play another game.
Can you both describe what Bob Huggins has meant to you?
He just gave me a chance. Small guy from Maywood, Illinois. You know, didn't have a lot of looks. He just saw something in me that a lot of people didn't.
Coach Hugs, man, he gave me the opportunity, like I said. That's all I gotta say. He's a great coach, man. Great person off the court. And it's been fun. I wish we would have kept going.
So they're going to go down as the best 4-year backcourt in the history of West Virginia basketball, and that's saying a lot. I've never had one complaint about either one of them. I've never had one issue with either one of them. They're great people.
Towards something special. Villanova is headed to San Antonio and back to the Final Four. The Cats defeated Texas Tech today 71-59. This will be the Cats' second trip to the Final Four in the past 3 years. We all know what happened the last time they got there. It's been a glorious season, but there is still work to do. Jeff Skversky witnessed today's victory firsthand in Boston. He joins us there live. Jeff.
Hey, Deuces, the Nets are down again. Villanova cutting down the Nets. They're going back to the Final Four for the second time in 3 years. And what makes this run just so remarkable, listen to this. They are the winningest college basketball program over a 4-year span in college basketball history. 134 wins and counting, 2 more until another national championship. Here are the Wildcats in Boston celebrating the East Regional, receiving that trophy and celebrating here Jalen Brunson, the most outstanding player after the Wildcats beat Texas Tech, coming from behind by 8, down 8 early in that first half, their biggest deficit of the tournament. They come all the way back to get up 15 and close the door late in the second half, and they're cutting down the Nets once again. Villanova 2 wins away from their second national championship in 3 years. Second time in 3 years, Jay.
It's amazing. It is amazing. I don't think it's hit me either. I'm still in a moment with these guys, like these young guys, Amari Spellman and Dante DiVincenzo coming back like he did, the leadership of Jalen, Phil, and Mikal. I'm still living that.
How special is this group?
It's very special. I love these guys. I mean, every team is special, but when you get to just keep doing it on and off the court, keep going on the court, the guys, it's great. So, I mean, every time on the court, these guys are special.
And what makes this team so special, their ability to get it done no matter what. They had one of their worst shooting performances of the entire season, but they scratched and clawed, found ways to win at the free throw line, rebounding, defense, you name it. Villanova on to the Final Four in San Antonio. They will face either Duke or North Carolina next Saturday down in Texas. We're live in Boston. Jeff Skaversky, Channel 6, Action News. Action News.
All right, Jeff, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again later on in sports. Once again, this feels like a magical scene. What do you got there?
It's our little souvenir that she brought back from Texas the last time they were going on to the Final Four.
Yes, my Wildcats. I held on to it, hoping I would need it again.
Good fun. Yeah, all right. Thank you, Deuces. We move on to Villanova and Action News reporter Annie McCormick.
Annie.
And you can bet that there's going to be some more souvenirs for you to get here on campus. We're told that the merchandise will come in on Tuesday on their campus store, at their campus store. But I want to give you a look at what the campus looked like right after they learned that they won. Take a look here. This is where students spilled out onto the campus celebrating with a DJ in the quad. Many of the students here today watching were not students in 2016. That is, of course, when Villanova won the championship. Many of them saying the reason why, another reason, in addition to why they wanted to apply to Villanova, was so that they could be part of a team that won the championship. Now, inside the Connolly Center, we were with students in the final moments of the game. The Final Four and the final game falls on the school's Easter break, so some students are already thinking of ways to get to San Antonio. Some talked about last year's heartbreak and how they think they're going all the way in San Antonio.
Last year, losing in the second round, that was kind of a heartbreaker for us. But now that we're back and we're rolling, it feels really good.
And the team is expected to be back in the area around 9 o'clock, around 9:30. They're expected to be here on campus. We are expecting for them to have quite a greeting. If some of those students are still up, it is Sunday night. They're still pumped. A lot of those celebrations still going on both on campus and off campus as well tonight. For now, reporting live in Villanova, Annie McCormick, Channel 6 Action News.
Great place to be tonight, Annie. Thank you. Palm Sunday, remembering Jesus' triumphant ride into Jerusalem. In Overbrook, the African Episcopal Church of St. Thomas reenacted the procession with a child riding atop the donkey and members carrying palm fronds. At Philadelphia's Episcopal Cathedral, there was an indoor procession of the palms. Today ushers in Holy Week, a time for reflection and repentance. The action cam was at St. William Catholic Church in the Lawncrest section of Philadelphia, where parishioners also remembered the story of Jesus Christ's arrival in Jerusalem days before the Last Supper. It was the first of services all this week leading up to Easter.
But in OT, Ryan Russ tips one past Peter Mrazek. The Flyers lose 5-4 in OT. They still pick up a point.
This makes today the 24th straight day with temperatures below where we normally should be for this time of year. So temperatures for the month of March have been 6.2 degrees below average, and as of yet, we've not had one 60-degree day, and that hasn't happened since 2001. But we
here on campus. There are 2 buses that we're told are going to be coming in. The coaches and the players are here on this first bus, and there they are. There's our first look at the players. These guys are heading to the Final Four, so much excitement here. Take a look, some smiling faces we see. The doors should be opening up here in just a minute. The planes landed at Atlantic Aviation a little less than an hour ago, and the buses departed from Atlantic Aviation. It takes about 20 minutes to get up here to the area, so the door's opening, and here they are. You guys excited?
Yeah.
Can't wait. All right, so these are the first players to get off the bus. lots of excitement down here at Villanova. We'll send it back to you, Denise.
Right on cue, coming back home. Congratulations to them all. Thank you, Drew. And Villanova's next opponent, another 1-seed Kansas on Saturday night. Several Nova players know the feeling of cutting down the nets. And NBC 10's Keith Jones joins us live from Boston. And Keith, you talked to the players right after today's victory.
Yeah, they are excited about this because no school in NCAA history over a 4-year span has won more games than those Villanova Wildcats that just arrived there at the Pavilion in the Davis Center on campus. Meanwhile, here, the team hotel, very few people, I should say, alumni fans. They've all left for the Delaware Valley. They are booking those trips to San Antonio as the party rages on. For the third time in less than a decade, Nova is heading to the Final Four. The players, including Philadelphia's Demir Cosby-Roundtree, cut down the nets.
I can't believe it's happening. I can't believe it's happening. We got more to do, but I can't believe it's happening.
Alumni, like myself, were ecstatic. It's what I dreamed of. So was Wilmington's Dante DiVincenzo, who's grateful for his support in Delaware.
They constantly call me and text me. My coaches, even the principal calls me all the time, the teachers. They all reach out to me and just tell me that they're supporting me. And win or lose, they still have my back.
And future NBA draft pick Mikal Bridges from Malvern.
I appreciate everybody that was there. It was helping me get here, and my close friends back home, my coaches, my teachers, everything back there.
Meanwhile, students started making arrangements.
So have you booked the travel yet to San Antonio?
I'm thinking about it. Hope so.
You're looking back at is it your dad back there?
Yeah, my dad and my mom. Right there. And my mom's back there.
Put them on the spot right now, right?
Yeah, I know. You guys want to go?
She's going. You're going.
I hope so, yeah. I mean, he just said it, so I got to do it now.
Others want to see their second national championship in 3 years.
How do you feel?
So exciting. It's so exciting to be here and that we're able to travel with the basketball team to each step of the tournament.
I was on campus for 2016, but now that I'm post-grad, we're ready to take it. We're ready to take it to San Antonio. So spoiled. I'm so spoiled.
Yes, so spoiled, but they work really, really hard. That team is humble and hungry. And you know what? The journalists in the NBC 10 newsroom, we are humble and hungry, and we work hard as well. I will be traveling down to San Antonio, Texas to cover my Wildcats in the Final Four. Make sure you follow my social media accounts now. Also, NBC 10 Philadelphia on Facebook, because we'll be posting up a storm in advance of perhaps my alma mater's third title in school history. JR, am I excited? Woo-hoo! All right, I'm excited. Live here in
second half, Nova up 5. Eric Paschal with the big block sends the Cats in transition. Phil Booth doing the honors on the other end. Huge swing here. Nova up 7. Under 5 minutes left, Mikal Bridges misses the 3, but Dante DiVincenzo playing above the rim. Hammers home the rebound. He finished with 8 rebounds, and under 2 minutes left, Nova up 6. Jalen Brunson gets the deuce to fall. Game high 15 for the National Player of the Year candidate. Nova beats Texas Tech 71-59. With more on the Cats, jubilant heading into the Final Four. Here's John Clark in Boston.
Jay Wright first cut down the nets to go to the Final Four in 2009 right here in Boston. Now he's going for a third time. Only Kentucky has been more since.
Cats in Boston, I can tell you that, man. We love Boston, I'll tell you that. We'll see how we do down in Texas.
It's an honor. It's an unbelievable feeling. I'm just really happy that I was able to do this with my brothers. And I'm just really excited. I'm at a loss of words.
It's still like so surreal, man. I can't believe it. I just feel like I'm unbelievably blessed. My teammates are blessed, and we just gotta keep going.
Especially, coming with this group of guys, I love this team so much, Just happy to keep playing another game with them, just keep going and going, and no better feeling this.
The Cats really struggled shooting, only 33%. How about only 4 for 24 from 3? But they crushed Texas Tech on the boards, 20 offensive rebounds, and they got to the free throw line.
We're built off not making shots, That's what we practice every day for. We know we can make shots, but the days we don't, we look at defending the rebound as a team, and that's what we did tonight. And credit to Texas Tech, they defended really well, and they're a heck of a team.
We grind. No matter what the situation is, up 20, down 20, up 1, down 1, we're going to grind. And we're going to stick together. We're going to keep fighting for each other, and we're not going to worry about if our shots flying or not. We're just going to keep playing defense.
More confetti for the Philly area. I saw one Villanova fan with a sign that said, Villy, Villy. Yeah, like Philly, Philly. Nova has a chance at another national championship. In Boston, I'm John Clark, NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Witness News at 11.
The Big East champions advance 6th Final Four in school history.
Tonight on Eyewitness News, the Villanova Wildcats advanced to the Final Four, beating Texas Tech on the hardwood in Boston.
It's really
To the highlights, Jay Wright and the Cats got off to a slow start. They trailed by 8 early. First half, Dante DiVincenzo, the sophomore from Wilmington, Delaware. The Cats closed the half on a 35-14 run. In the second, Jalen Brunson to freshman sensation Omari Spellman. The Cats only shot 33% from the floor, their lowest total since 2015. They were up by 15 at that point. And then later on, off the miss, Dante does it again. He had 12 points and 8 boards off the bench. Under 2 minutes left, Brunson with 2 of his 15. He was named the East Region's most outstanding player. Villanova wins 71-59. Here's Leslie Van Arzal with the postgame report.
So Villanova's headed back to the Final Four for the second time in 3 years. It wasn't a pretty game, but you know what? That's just how Villanova likes to play.
Yeah, we love it. We always talk about these type games. You know, we both shot 33%. This is a great defensive team. You got to find ways to get stops, and we did that. That's what you got to do against the best teams.
It's a great feeling. It's just be able to do this with my guys, and it really means a lot. And I'm really proud. Just be able to call them my brothers and my teammates.
Jalen Brunson's father, Rick, a former Temple star who played in the NBA for 9 seasons, couldn't be more proud of what his son has accomplished.
Well, I'm very proud. You know, this is exciting for me as a parent, so it's just fun to watch his son, compete and get to the Final Four, so it's exciting.
For many players on this team, this will be their second trip to the Final Four.
Feels unbelievable because my freshman year I was on the run, but I was unable to actually play. But just being out there now, being able to compete and play with the same guys that were on that team, it's a real feeling.
For others, it's the first time.
I just feel like I'm unbelievably blessed. My teammates are blessed, and we just got to keep going.
This will be Coach Jay Wright's 3rd trip to the Final Four. It never gets old.
It's unbelievable. It's really surreal. You try to focus on just the next game, so you don't think about it. We try not to think about it, so when it hits you, it's almost unbelievable.
Next up, San Antonio. Reporting in Boston, Leslie Van Arsdale, Eyewitness Sports.
They had a warm welcome from some die-hard fans. We understand from some in the crowd as the buses were pulling up that it's spring break, so they don't have to be in bed too early. They greeted the fans. The coach was there to say hello, thank them for their support. And then Jalen Brunson was there to sign a few shirts and take some pictures. Right now, the crowd here on campus tells me they are ready to see this team step on the gas and blast through the Final Four. With the clock expired, the Wildcats groove into the Final Four and cue the party in the quad.
Are you numb? Kinda, yeah. In all honesty, I am numb.
The defeat of Texas Tech gives Villanova the ticket. About 150 students watched in the Connolly Center on campus with the nerves and drama that define March Madness.
There were parts where I was like head in my hands, like I couldn't look because I was so nervous. A little nerve-wracking in the middle, but we got out okay.
Villanova's strength, a tough defense and a solid free throw game. They certainly had enough of them in the second half.
We don't lose the game on the free throw line, that's for sure.
I think they look hungry. I think they're ready after last year's early exit. I think we're ready to go back to Final Four.
And so it is. Back to dance some more in the madness.
It's incredible. You get used to this 2 out of 3 years. It really is incredible.
We know it's special, so we're really living it up, soaking it all in.
Taking in a moment that feels like deja vu.
Just to be here and experience the golden age of Villanova basketball, this is great.
And Moretti, freshman in Lubbock, has adjusted nicely.
You can't get any more energy than the Texas Tech bench right now, Ian. They are just over there cheering their teammates on as best they can.
50-42 Villanova. Bridges sizing up Odiase. Bridges off balance. Big shot is good.
They just...
Booth drives.
Well defended so far.
Brunson. Swing it. Bridges. Open look. DiVincenzo. Big finish.
from the right wing. He came a long way to time that perfectly. Another good set at the offensive. Look at this lane. Nobody there to pick him up, and he just finishes it off. And that's because they're releasing the basketball, and Texas Tech is trying to recover the shooter. The shooter, they're not getting.
They know where the next stop is. Coming up on CBS. Duke against Kansas from Omaha. Final seconds. And that's it. It's another supernova run to the Final Four for the Wildcats. 71-59. Villanova knocks off Texas Tech. It's on to San Antonio. The Big East champions advance 6th Final Four in school history. The disappointment from a year ago. Second round loss to Wisconsin after winning the national championship in 2016. And jubilation for Jalen Brunson.
It is just a great feeling of participating in college basketball. I did it 40 years ago, and I still remember how great a feeling it is to advance to the Final Four.
Coming up, it's the Midwest Regional Final. For Jim Spanarkel, Allie LaForce, the rest of our crew, Ian Eagle, so long from Boston. We'll send you to our studio, Capital One Tournament Central, right after these messages.
And one, built themselves a 13-point lead at halftime, and then off the high pick and roll. Amari Spellman coming through, big time finish. The Cats up 15 at that point, and watch out for Dante DiVincenzo. Oh, in from the rafters. What a dunk, what a finish. And then Jalen Brunson to steal the deal, a little mouse in the house, put his defender in the cage. Do it to him, Jalen. A season low in field goal percentage and three-point percentage like you mentioned, Adam, but you still get the win. That's impressive.